What's up, everybody? Welcome to Keep It a Benji, and that's how I'm gonna keep it. Now listen, I want to weigh in on this whole Cowboy situation.
I'm not doing no playing. Alright? Told you niggas leave my name out your mouth. What's up, Brody? Any East Coast know this whereabouts, cuz y'all niggas, y'all making you look bad. Mango cuz, yeah. I better check, cuz all this faulty putting out that ain't true. You reporting on that ain't true, cuz. You know what I mean? You niggas ain't doing your homework and you just reporting and you jeopardizing lives. Alright. Y'all wanna play with lives. Y'all wanna play with a life. Okay. Alright. Yeah.
Recently, a dude from Rolling 60s approached Cowboy, called Cowboy out of his name, and he turned around. And when he turned around, Cowboy fired him up, which has Cowboy back in the conversation on this internet. It has a lot of people praising Cowboy because he knocked this guy out. Then you have people making sure people understand that just because he knocked somebody out, he can only get little to none at all really pertaining to points, because he's still deemed a not in good standing individual. Cowboy say he never said that he witnessed Eric Holder on a live Nipsey. Cowboy say he just went up there and let everybody know that the whole narrative or rumor about Nipsey Hussle calling Eric Holder a snitch did not take place. Well, let me give you guys, in my opinion, why I strongly feel like Cowboy added on into violating, breaking some rules. And he's also on the internet talking about people is playing with his life and putting him in a bad position and putting him at risk, which I feel like you've been around long enough to know that the moment that you said you was gonna go up there to the courtroom, start cooperating with law enforcement in any type of way, and you ain't trying to save nobody, like you ain't trying to save nobody from doing time or get them out of jail or anything like that, you had to know that even though this whole situation took place on camera, the moment that you wanted to give any type of insight pertaining to what took place, you was putting yourself in a trick bag. So I look at it as it's a lack of accountability on Cowboy part. But back to why I feel like he did something that was terribly wrong, besides the things I did just point out. The whole defense for Eric Holder to try to get him maybe no case, no time, or to try to get him the less time as possible, was trying to make it very clear that Nipsey Hussle called Eric Holder a snitch. And they're trying to highlight the fact that in these streets, if you call a person a snitch, that's pretty much like playing with their life, putting a hit on them, and that's somewhat of a threat. You are posing this threat on this individual. Case in point, Cowboy feels the same way. While people is calling him a rat, he feels like they putting him in danger, right? With their defense for Eric Holder, to try to get the less time as possible, because in this jungle of the streets, Nipsey Hussle opposed him with a threat by publicly stating that he was a snitch. So, the moment that Cowboy got in them courtrooms and said that snitch conversation did not take place, he added on to like guaranteeing that Eric Holder does not really have any type of defense, And if they was thinking about giving him some type of lesser charge or less sentence, he was making sure that he was gonna get none of that type of stuff. So did he go in there and tell his truth and speak to what he wanted to speak to because he felt like he wanted to defend Nipsey Hussle legacy? That can all be true. But also with that same truth, Cowboy walked in that courtroom and he assisted the prosecution on picking holes in this dude from 60s defense. I ain't gonna stretch it no longer than that. I'm sure y'all get where I'm going with it, or I'm sure y'all get where I went with it and how I broke it down. Y'all should jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I wasn't on here trying to bash Cowboy. I'm just using his situation as an example because his situation is obviously having certain individuals in a puzzling mind frame. So I wanted to give out my take from how I gathered the whole encounter on some things on why I feel like Cowboy is deemed not in good standing.